big day today, so I thought I'd get the camera out. We're going to be doing, it's going to be like a bit of a vlog kind of style. We're just going to go to a few shops. We've got a few things to do, the run of bad luck has not stopped, so we'll probably talk about that first. So anyway, battery on the scooter, that's one of them. So so I have the 10 amp hour, 36 volt 10 amp hour battery. That's the original one, and I ended up getting an 18 amp hour, which is what's in there now. Tried it out over the weekend with my mate. Went on our normal scooter run from his place in Caversham all the way into the city, South Perth, round the river and back again. It's about a 4 hour run, probably minus our breakfast stop that we have. Yeah, it's probably closer to 3 hours. It is 50 kilometers pretty much on the knocker. We've been doing this for years, like 4, 5, 7 years, something like that. It's the same every time. We go the same, not the same way. Sometimes we vary. We have variations of the same route that we go, but it's always about 50 k's. Anyway, that doesn't matter. We both went the same way on Saturday. We both were losing battery at the same time, and I'm like, that's not good. But maybe because this battery is now bigger than the battery that's in the deck, it's using, I don't know, doesn't matter. Anyway, so we got back to his house. Both of us had 44% battery left. He's got the same battery as I've got on the desk over there. So he's got a 10 amp hour. I had the 18 amp hour. We both exactly have 44% battery left. We got a multimeter out, and it was 36.5 volts, I think it was. I can't remember exactly, but let's say it was 36.5 on my, I disconnected my battery so I could get the voltage of the deck battery, 36.5. The voltage of the new 18 amp hour, 36.5. Obviously they're connected, they're going to be the same. And then we probed his battery, 36.5. So I got onto AliExpress. I didn't bring my phone with me. They may have got back to me. I actually got in contact with the seller before I got in contact with AliExpress. Told them the thing. I said, look, I've had a 10 amp hour battery for the last 2 years on this scooter. My friend's got exactly the same setup. We weigh about the same. We've been doing this run for ages. We always get back to his house with around 40% battery. I changed it to an 18 amp hour. He left his 10 amp hour. We got back with exactly the same voltage, exactly the same percentage. Why'd you sell me a 10 amp hour battery telling me it was 18 when clearly it isn't? And they got back to me pretty much straight away and just went, sorry, our fault. The way I wrote it, I kind of made it so that there was a bit of an out for him, not me threatening him that I'm going to leave a really crap review. I'm going to tell AliExpress that you're false advertising. I didn't do any of that. I just went, must have been a mistake that you sent me a 10 amp hour battery instead of an 18 amp hour battery. I'd like it rectified because I can't leave any more than a 1 or 0 or 1 star rating. And they said, oh, sorry, yeah, maybe technical department sent the wrong battery. It's not. It says 18 amp hour on the battery. It is physically bigger than that 10 amp hour battery as well. It's not like it's the same size, because it can't be. They don't make cells with that milliamps that you could have the same physical size as a 10 amp hour, but it's 18. They don't make it. So yeah, it is definitely not. I think they've either used, so I think they're up to about 3,500 milliamp hour cells at the moment. So that's probably what that battery is. And then, even though this is bigger, they've probably used like 2,500 or 3,000 milliamp hour, and they've got to use more batteries to get the amp hours up. But it is only still a 10 amp hour, even though it's bigger, heavier, and more batteries. They've used less milliamp hour cells, individual cells. So yeah, they've had to use more cells than the little one to get it up to 10 amp hour, and it's definitely not 18. If that was meant to be 18, it'd be almost double that size, which is not right. It's not correct. So they're either using low grade cells with low milliamps or recycled cells. They might have been 35 and they're not anymore, and they're only 10. But I don't think that's the case, because we wouldn't have got back with exactly the same amount. If they were low grade cells, I might have got back with 50% or 38%, not exactly 44%, the same as my mate, the same as what happens every week. So it doesn't matter, we'll sort it out. One of their resolutions was to give me a partial refund, which I'm kind of happy with. For the reason is because I could sell the battery. Obviously I'm not going to sell it as an 18 amp hour, I'll sell it as a 10 amp hour. We'll see how much they give me back for it. It was only $130. When I was buying it, that battery was closer to $300, the 10 amp hour I've got over there. That was off eBay from Australia. This is an 18 amp hour from China for $130. So it didn't make sense to me why that would be the case. Now it does. I was kind of 60% sure that it wasn't going to be 18 amp hour, but I had my fingers crossed. But yeah, it doesn't work like that in the AliExpress game. So yeah, it doesn't matter. I got my, because I think I did talk about it, the bleeder screw on the Commodore last time I bled the brakes on it, because I left the cap off on the brake fluid reservoir. One of them, or three of them, stripped. I managed to get two of them out, but the right front just stripped completely, so I needed new. Nobody could tell me what size they were, like positive, buy these 4 screws, and that's what the. So I just bought the whole kit. It was actually cheaper to buy the whole kit. They look like stainless steel as well, so they're not some really soft aluminium. Yeah, no, they're not aluminium. They're stainless, I'm pretty sure. You can put a magnet on them. They feel a bit too heavy to be stainless. Oops. Just stuff the divider up and I don't want to mix them up. There we go. Yep. So they're not aluminium. They're definitely stainless. So that's cool. That's one way of finding out. So yeah, they're ready to go. What else was there? Yeah, so the scooter. Other than that, it's a really good 10 amp hour battery. For it to be exactly the same as a $300 battery for $130, yeah, it works really well for that. But don't sell it to me as an 18 amp hour battery. Sell it to me as a 10 amp hour battery. So yeah, we'll have to figure out. I didn't bring my phone with me, so I don't know if they've gotten back to me just yet. So yeah, like I said, I'll if they're not going to give me a full refund, I'll sell it on. I may even just kick it up the next level with AliExpress and just get a return label and give me a full refund, because I really don't need it. But I mean, I probably could sell that for $130 quite easily, seeing as though it's what they cost normally. It has a generic sticker, so you can just fill in what voltage and amp is. I'll just rub out the 18 and I'll put a paint mark on the 10, and then no one can whinge about it then, because that's exactly what it is. It's a 10 amp hour battery. It's just bigger than that one. That's also, I'll go back to my old one or try and find a bigger 18 amp hour, but we'll see. So yeah, that was one stroke of bad luck. The next one we'll go and see in the garage. So I did have these, you put your soap, your shampoo, conditioner, whatever, in the shower. That broke. Nothing was coming out of it, so there was another thing that broke. What else was there? I think it's only this now. So our Beasel carpet machine that we had, that I've had it for about 13 years, 12 years. Since we've been here, we've had it. I use it pretty regularly, definitely more than, probably about 3 or 4 times a year. But anyway, it broke. It broke probably about 6 months ago, so I'm kind of stretched it. I have done it with so what happens is that it doesn't deliver the cleaning solution anymore, so that part of it broke. I pulled it apart. I thought I fixed it, but it never came back to life. So what I was doing was using a 5 litre pump pack with the cleaning solution in there, spray it on the carpet, and then I was using clean water in there, and coming back through and rinsing and sucking it out. Then the suction wasn't very good. You'd come out on the tiles and it'd just leave. It just wasn't working. It was pretty much the same problem as my last Dreamy, the H12 Pro that I had. So yeah, I was like, oh, I'm not going to use this anymore. The carpets would be wet for you'd have to do it in the morning, and it'd still be kind of damp, kind of at 5 o'clock at night. It just wasn't sucking the water out. So anyway, that's been thrown in the bin now. Not yet, but it is going to end up in the bin. It just doesn't work anymore. So jumped on Amazon, had some deals on. They still got some like leftover Christmas specials, I think. So ended up picking this thing up. It's the Smartwash Plus. So it's got, I'll see if I can get a bigger picture of it. Yeah, it's your generic. It's got the clean water up there, dirty water there. It knows when you're going forward, so it puts the water on, and then as you pull it back, it turns the water off and just extracts the water. So it was all automatic, looked pretty good, had really good reviews. Anyway, so I thought, I'll buy it. It was a good price. It was next day delivery as well, so I was like, that's even better. I'll get it tomorrow, kind of thing. So anyway, it rocked up in that box. I took it out, just opened it, and it was one of the both containers had water in them, like had drops of water. I was like, maybe they tested it. And then I'm like looking at it more, and I'm like, there's dirt in there. That's not nice. And then I took the head out, like the main bit that does all the work down the bottom, and there was hair. There was like dog hair or pet hair or human hair, I don't know, but it looked like dog hair to me. It's quite thick. It was barely see-through, like it'd been used and abused. This thing had scratches all over it. I'm like, what is going on here? I didn't buy a second hand. I would never buy a second hand. That's just gross. Yeah, I've sold second hand things like this, and I've cleaned them to be almost brand new. I could never give anyone anything back with hair, and it was gross. It was absolute. I just took it out. I took one look at it. Nothing was wrapped up. The power cord was just chucked in the bottom. There was no instructions. There was nothing. It was just all in pieces and just chucked in the box. I was like, what is going on here? So I got an email pretty much as they dropped it off saying your package has been delivered, and no joke, about 1 minute and 30 seconds later I had already started the return claim, saying I took photos and everything. I won't put the photos here. I've already got rid of them. But yeah, I just sent them to Amazon and just went, there you go. It's a second hand. I didn't pay for a second hand. There was an option to get a second hand one, but it said in there, cleaned, tested, all this, and I was like, it's only $100 more. I'll get a new one. And then they sent me that one, and this was so I looked on the box. Obviously it had my address label on there, but it had someone else's as well. So I suspect what's happened, and they probably are serial offenders. I reckon what they do is every couple of years they'll buy a machine like this, they'll do their whole house, and then pack it up and say, I didn't like it, didn't do a good job for me. And that way they get their house cleaned for free. I mean, they've got to do it, but they get their money back on the thing. And then, a couple of years later, you do it again, clean your whole house, and go, didn't like it, didn't do a very good job. So I reckon I suspect that's what they're doing. Bit cheeky, because then now what do you do with this? No one's going to want that. But anyway, so yeah, that's going to go back today. The things weren't open yesterday, the post shop. I've already got the code, so I've just got to show the post shop the code, and they'll send me or they'll put their own sticker on it, and boom, I'll get a full refund anyway, so that's okay. So then we ended up getting, for some reason, Bunnings sells them. So there's one Bunnings in Perth that sells things like that. A lot of them are not allowed to because it's an appliance, and if you sell an appliance, it'll restrict your opening hours, and Bunnings have got pretty out there opening hours, but it's because they sell trade supply and hardware. They don't even sell pedestal fans anymore because of that reason. We had another place called Masters, which was similar to Bunnings. They used to sell fridges and stuff, and they weren't allowed to open until like 9 o'clock or 11 o'clock on a Sunday, 9 o'clock on a Saturday. So that restricted their hours, but because Bunnings doesn't sell that type of stuff, they open at 7. But for some reason, and I suspect it's in Bayswater, it's very close to the airport, I think because they're within a certain distance of the airport, that they are allowed to open. Sorry, they are allowed to sell stuff like that. They don't have fridges, but I noticed that there. So because you're within a certain distance of the airport, that's why the DFO's there. That's why there's certain shops near the airport. They get like a leeway on opening hours and what they can sell. So anyway, I looked online and found that one, and it is an absolute beast. So we'll use that today. I've already used it. Not a lot to it. It's got massive tanks on it. I'm gonna measure how many litres the clean water tank holds. I'd say it'd be about 5, maybe more, I'm not sure, but I'm gonna measure it because I need to know how much is in there, so that way I know how much cleaning solution to put in. So it came with a little container of cleaning solution, as they normally do. It was enough for 2 tanks, and I've already used it. I did our theatre room, never been done before. It was pretty gross, but nobody goes in that room. The doors are shut most of the time. Our bedroom I did with the Beetle a month ago. That was the last time. It just took ages to dry, so yeah, that I did it a month ago. Did it again now with this thing, and the water was black. So the Beetle just wasn't cleaning. It wasn't sucking the dirt back out of the carpet. This thing works really well. Instead of having rollers, it's got scrubbers. It's got 5 little scrubbers. So it does a really good job. So yeah, we went out last night, so I did it just before we went out. We were out for probably 4 or 5 hours, and then came home, and the carpet's dry, dead bone dry, and that was at night time. We didn't get home till like 9 o'clock at night, so it dried really, really quick. I think the theatre took about 2 hours, 2.5 hours to dry, so it's doing a really good job in that part, sucking the water back out. So I want to go to so yeah, we got a big day today, so I want to go to my cleaning supply shop that's in Malaga. I want to get some more carpet formula. I'm not going to buy the Hoover one. It doesn't matter. This stuff I'm looking at is pH neutral. It is safe on 100% cotton or wool carpet, so it's really gentle, leaves a really nice smell. I've never used it, I'm just reading the reviews. If it's that gentle, it's going to be fine in any machine. It's not acidic, it's not pH, it's pH neutral, so it's not going to stuff up a machine. And I don't know the price, but most of what they sell there is $10 in a litre bottle, 30 to 35 in a 5 litre bottle, 70 odd in a 10 litre bottle, so, or 60 odd, I can't remember. I'm only going to buy 5 litres. You do go through it a fair bit. So yeah, I'll just get that. Drop that off at the post shop, which is in Malaga as well. I think that's all I had to do there in Malaga. Then another thing that broke, one of the fittings off my Quick Jack, the flat face coupling, is leaking just a tiny little bit. I'm not happy with it. Every time I go to use it, it's a little puddle. So it's one of the fittings that sits under my Z. So I want to bring that. I'm pretty sure I've still got the receipt in here. I don't want to look at the receipt. Ugh. They were not cheap, those things. Nah, so these were the old poppet fittings. Oh, here we go. There's some paper in here. Let's have a look. Because it would be good to know how old they are and why it's leaking. And if I can bring this, they may even just change me out they might change me out the thing. Here we go. Hose right. Yeah. Jeez. Total, including GST. $700.79. Yeah, so it was 438 flat face males and 4 females. Crazy. They do work really well though. When they do, they're much better than the poppet fittings that came with it. So I will bring that. I'm glad I still. When was the date on that? Oh, there we go. 24th of the 2nd, 2025. Yeah. So not just under a year. So that's lucky. I don't think a seal kit's going to be very expensive, even if they don't cover it. You know, if it's wear and tear or whatever. I've literally used them 10 times. They've probably been, you know, together and apart 10 times. They shouldn't fail that quickly, but at least I got the receipt. But it is literally an O-ring and like a little white, I don't know what the white thing, it's like a Delron kind of hard plastic, and then the O-ring fits in it, and then you slip the whole thing in. it's a 30-second job to change. So yeah, so we'll bring that to them, bring them a receipt, tell them what's going on, and hopefully they do that for free for me. We'll see. But like I said, if I've got to pay for it, it's probably going to be $10. And then that should be it for fixing all the stuff that's broken. I want to wash the floors. We'll film that. You'll see that thing in action. It is a beast. So the Beazle, I used to have to stop and empty and refill probably 4 times to do our bedroom. You don't get far with it. It doesn't last. I go pretty slow, and I put it on the deep clean setting, so it's on like the setting that goes through the most amount of liquid. Only because I wasn't doing it often enough, because it is a bit of a hassle to use that thing. It's a bastard to clean. You need a screwdriver to clean it properly, to get right in there and everything. This thing comes apart, just clicks apart. It's really easy to clean. So I think with this machine, I'll probably end up doing it every few months, even every couple months. And I won't be using the deep clean, and I won't have to do it multiple times. I'll just do one pass on the normal clean. That way you do it more often, but yeah, it's going to be easier. So yeah, I think that should work out quite well. So we'll see. But yeah, I used to go through 3 to 4 tanks doing our bedroom and our walk-in robe. This thing did the whole thing in one tank, spot on one tank. So it did the whole theatre room in one tank as well. So yeah, it covers a bit of ground with one tank, and that's on the deep clean setting. If it was on the normal clean, which is this is why I want to do this again. I want to do the theatre, the rug that's in this beer drinking room, our bedroom, and we've got a bedroom just here that's never been cleaned. So I want to do all that until the water's kind of clean. And then that way, this room I'll probably never do again. Nobody ever goes in here. Same with the theatre. It probably won't get done again for another few years. Nobody really goes in there. But at least our bedroom, I can put it on the normal clean and just do it every 2 months. This thing's so easy to use. So that's what we're going to do, is just do it every 2 months. Do it on a normal clean. Go through half a tank. You just mix up half a tank of juice, and then off you go. You're done. And it's dry in 2 hours, because it's used probably less water as well. And it's just so easy. Whereas the other one was a hassle, because you're stopping and starting and new thing and empty this, and it just didn't hold enough water. And then because it took so long to dry, you kind of had to do it on a hot day. You definitely don't want to do it in winter, because it takes 2 days to dry. And what I used to do was, so if we were going out for lunch somewhere, I'd do it just before we leave, and then at least we're not home while it's drying. Whereas this thing doesn't matter. It's like 2 hours. You just got to stay out of the room, and she's good to go. And then I'm going to come home. I've got to put my backpack sprayer on charge, and I've noticed a few spiders. We did pay a guy to come, but I think because of the heat, we've had lots of days above 35. The spiders are just gone stupid. No ants. The ants are under control, but the spiders are just everywhere. They've coming out of the house. I think it's too hot, so they're coming out and making webs everywhere. So yeah, I want to go and spray all that. I've noticed a couple weeds on the verge, so then we'll mix up probably for the weeds. I won't use the big one. I'll use this one. This thing's a beast too. This goes really good, the Ozito sprayer. It's 3 litres, I think. 3.5 litres up to there. 1 gallon. So yeah, one of that would be enough for the weeds. Only because it's summer, there's not a lot of weeds, so yeah, we'll just use that. Most of them are out on the verges, a couple down here, so yeah, I'll just keep on top of them that way. Other than that, everything else, other than all those disasters, everything else is going pretty good. So yeah, let's get into it. I'm going to take the dogs for a walk first, and then nothing's open yet anyway. It's only 6:30, so yeah, nothing's open yet. So take the dogs for a walk, do what I can around here. I might even get that on charge and get at least one. Oh, actually no, that's going to be the last job I do, that, because it ends up blowing back on you. Like, you're getting a spray of insecticide and stuff like that. So I pretty much like to do that last thing in the afternoon, and then just quickly jump in the shower and get it all off you. You don't want to sit around with that chemical on you. So yeah, I'll put it on charge now, but yeah, that won't be till the last job we do that. I've got a bit, so I've got stakes, wooden stakes on the verge. Someone's hit it. I reckon it's these people, they've reversed into it with their car, so I just want to reshape the bottom and knock it back in. might just go and straighten up all the other ones and knock them down a bit as well. Weeds out there, and that's it. I think out there might be a bit of trimming we'll do while we're out there as well. There's one kind of ground cover plant that's kind of creeping onto the road a fair bit. So yeah, we'll go and check that out. I don't think I've filmed the verge yet. Maybe I might have done a quick look over, but it's going really well. Even with this heat, it's growing good. Today's only gonna be 25, and then from tomorrow it's 30. So I might go to the park tomorrow. We'll see what happens, and then from then on it's 37 for like a week straight. So it's pretty much do everything today, chill out at the park in the morning tomorrow, and then it's going to be a little bit hot in the afternoon, and then it's going to be pretty much not doing anything outside after that. So yeah, another thing we got, hopefully it lasts, ended up getting been looking at a diffuser to make the house smell a bit nicer. Not that it smells bad or anything. Once you clean the carpets, that's the only thing that makes your house a bit doggy smell is the carpets, but keep it on top of them like what we do, we get away with it. But we're right into, so whenever we go to the casino, not that we go very often or we gamble, but we go there for dinner or a few drinks or whatever. As soon as you walk in, there's a certain smell at Crown Casinos. I'm from the reading and from what I'm reading online, it's not just ours, it's every Crown Casino. It's got this smell, and it just makes you feel really nice and very relaxed. I don't know, I'm not into this stuff like that, but as soon as we walk in, we both look at each other and go, oh, that's really nice. But anyway, so did some research. You can buy that smell in a candle. I found it in a candle. I really don't want fire hanging around in the house. And then I found this mob. They're called a Rosen, I think they are. They don't use heat, and it's not water. It's a waterless no heat diffuser. Works really well. Got it yesterday. It smells exactly like Crown Casino. We took the dogs for a walk. We left all the doors and windows open, took the dogs for a walk. We came back. I got to where my missus parks her car on the driveway, and I could smell it. I had it on a bit too. You can adjust it, so you can make it burst for 30 seconds, turn off for 3 minutes, so all the bursts are 30 seconds, but you can make it the interval 3 minutes, 5 minutes, 10 minutes, 20 or 40 minutes. And they reckon on that 40-minute one, the 50ml tank lasts you 3 to 4 months. So depending on how much you use it, obviously during the day, that's on 8 hours a day. We're not going to use it 8 hours a day, so it's going to last a while. So it's on at the moment. I just got a whiff of it just when I went over there before I could smell it. So it travels, especially if you've got your doors and windows open. It just goes from one end and then comes back with the wind. It's not too windy today, so it's just floating around. It's got an app for your phone, so you can set up even a schedule. So you can say, like Mondays, turn on at 7, turn off at this time, do this, do that, at this strength. On the weekends, we're not home Saturdays, so don't worry about Saturdays, but then on Sunday we want to wake up at 7 and smell nice smells. So yeah, you can do all things like that. Or you can just turn it on for 1 hour, 4 hours or 8 hours, it'll turn off. So you turn it on and then tell it to turn off in 1, 4 or 8 hours, and at what interval setting. So you can use it like that too. It comes with a remote. So you can either use it with the button on the thing, the remote control, or your app. You don't even need the app. If you don't want to use scheduling, you don't even need the app. So yeah, it works out pretty good. But yeah, if you've smelt it, you'll know what I mean. It's a really nice smell. I'm sure psychologists and all sorts of other really smart people have got together to. It's not just like one lady's come up and gone, oh, that's a nice smell, we'll just pump that through our whole casino. I'm pretty sure it does something to you to make you feel very comfortable and want to stay there. And the longer you stay there, the more money you spend. So I'm pretty sure they've done some research into what those smells do to people, focus groups and how they make you feel and all that, and they've nailed it. It's really nice. So, and these guys have copied it and really good as well. So yeah. Anyway, let's I'll go and do my running around, let the shops open up, and then we'll jump in the car pretty soon. We'll see you in the car. Alright, stupid me, I forgot my camera at home. I'm going, so yeah, anyway, hose coupling place, just went there. They open at 7, which was good, so I was there nice and early. All good. I thought they were going to sell me
So best case was they'll put a new seal kit in for me. Worst case, sell me the seal kit and I've got to figure out how to do it myself. She took one look at it, saw the receipt, I'll just give you a whole new coupling. And I was like, oh, even better. So yeah, that worked out well. She looked into it and she could actually see it was, the seal was broken. You could see it from the back end where it screws into the hose. So yeah, she's like, no, it's under a year, we'll just give you a new one. I was like, okay, cool, even better. So yeah, got the new one ready to rumble. Now I'm just gonna stop in at the, it's not really a supermarket, it's more of a, it's not really a deli and it's not really a supermarket, it's kind of an in-between. It says supermarket, it actually says Farmer Jack's supermarket, but it's not like a Coles or a Woolies, it's like an independent kind of person one. Really good meat, so we need some steaks for tonight. So yeah, I'm just going to stop in, grab that, go back home, drop the meat off, and then I'll go to Malaga and we'll hit up the Brisk Clean opens at 8, I think it was, but the post shop is open already, or it's 10 to 8 now. So by the time we get there, by the time we get home, we'll do this, get home, and everything's open. So yeah, we're all good. So yeah, back in a tick, we'll find out what meat we got. Just dropped off the vacuum cleaner at the post shop for a return, Amazon. She looked at it and went, oh, she goes, oh, what happened to it? She was just, I think she was generally interested, like she wanted to buy one, kind of. She wanted to see why I was returning it. I said, oh look, I didn't even get to use it. I opened it up and it's full of hair and sand and it's been used big time. And she goes, oh okay. And then she flipped it around. She goes, oh, it's already been returned twice, because it had 2 other return labels on it. I didn't realise that's what they were. And I said, oh well, there you go, I'm the 3rd owner then, after buying it brand new. So yeah, wasn't happy about that. But anyway, got the receipt to say that I've returned it. Hopefully get the money back pretty soon. I didn't say that one was like $500 or something. The new one I got was only $2.99 from Bunnings, so it actually worked out pretty good. The one I ended up buying from Bunnings wasn't available at Amazon. I couldn't see it anyway, so yeah, it was not a bad price from Bunnings. I think Good Guys, which is like an electrical reseller here, they had it for the same price as Bunnings. So but yeah, all good. I got the carpet cleaner in the back ready to go. They're a really good shop there. They've always got stuff in stock. They never run out. I'm pretty sure they make it there. If they don't make it there, they have barrels of the stuff ready to go out the back. I've seen them. They got big vats, and that's why they're always in stock. They've always got everything there, which is really good. What else? Where else did we go? I think that was it. Yeah, got some decent meat for dinner. Got the new coupling. So yeah, we're all set. So yeah, we'll zip back home. We'll switch cameras. I'm on my phone at the moment. I forgot my other camera. Yeah, we'll switch back to the main camera, and we'll go and do some carpet cleaning and see how it goes. Like I said, I've already used it. I just wanted to test it out, just make sure it's all good before I start making a video about it, and it works really well, like better than the Bissell well. I don't think I'll buy another Bissell item ever again, to be honest. The reviews I'm reading about these Hoovers and pretty much anything that Bissell makes, if you read reviews about anything like another brand, they're always like, oh, this is way better than the Bissell that it's replacing. And yeah, I don't know, I'm not sure what Bissell are up to. Somebody must have bought them, I'm not sure, and they're living on the name that it used to have, but it's not what it used to be. The only negative I can give this new Hoover thing is it is a little bit flimsy. It's not going to break, like it's not that flimsy, but you can see the plastic they've used is quite flexible. The handle is not the sturdiest. The way it clips in, it doesn't have enough purchase on it to really make it really stable. But I mean, it is carrying a lot of water. It's going to have at least the unit probably weighs 5 kilos, and then it's got 5 kilos of water in it too. So it is pretty heavy, and you shouldn't really be moving it sideways. As long as you just move it, with the wheels, it's fine. But if you start dragging it, trying to get into nooks and crannies, I found that out yesterday. It flexes, things flex and stuff on it. So yeah, It's not like an industrial unit or anything like that, but for around the house, I think it's going to be pretty good. Heaps of suction. It does have a heat drying function. I haven't even put my hand next to it to see how hot the air is coming out of it, but yeah, we'll see how it goes. But like, I cleaned it yesterday in 2 seconds. That the front bit clips off, the brushes clip off, everything comes apart. You just rinse it in the sink and you're done. So yeah, it's really good. So yeah, you'll see it soon anyway. We'll start using it now. It's going to be quite a nice day today. It's not very hot, but it's not cloudy at least. Yesterday was quite cloudy. So yeah, we'll just leave the house open all day today and get some fresh air through it, and everything should dry pretty good. I'm not going to do this. I was thinking I probably won't do the theatre room again. I don't think it needs it. The water was pretty dirty, but it wasn't black. It was like a grey colour, which is like the colour of the carpet. So I think it's just a bit of the dyes and a bit of the dust coming out of it. I don't think it really needs another wash. So I'll probably just do the one back bedroom. That's got like really dark blue carpet, dark grey carpet in it, so that'll be interesting. It's going to be hard to know what's dirt and what's the actual carpet. So yeah, we'll see what that's like. I probably will do the mat that's in our little drinking room that we've got there. That's not that big, so yeah, might just do that. I also want to try this machine on tiles. I want to see what it can do cleaning grout and tiles. I saw one video, the guy was using it. He had like poured limestone or poured concrete stamped around his pool outside, and he was using this thing outside, and it was doing a pretty good job. So yeah, we'll see what it's like on grout. I've got some dirty grout kind of at the back of the house where we never done it before, so you'll be able to see the difference. So yeah, we'll give that a shot and see what it does. The brushes are on like suspension, so whether you've got really high pile carpet or low pile, it kind of adjusts and just sits on it. So it should work, because it should just go all the way down and rub on the floor. So it should work. I don't know if there's enough weight behind the brushes though, that's the only thing. So we'll see what it does. But yeah, seems like it should work, but I'm not sure. We'll see. Anyway, see you back at home. Almost there now. Okay, so we're going to attack this room first. I have, like I said, I'm not going to do the theatre room again. It doesn't need it. Ah, there he is. We might even open this to aid ventilation. Oops, something broke there. I don't know what that is. There we go. So yeah, this is just a spare room. No one really ever uses this room, so I'm not gonna. It's 13 years old, but it's not dirty, so all good. I've got the power cord plugged in there. I've already got it mixed up, so you only need 100 ml of this stuff. It smells really nice. Smells like roses. It's called Exit. They do other ones that you put on, work into the carpet, leave it, and then vacuum. And apparently it encapsulates the dirt, lets it sit on top of the carpet, and then you just vacuum it. But this is the one you use, Exit it's called, if you have a hot water extraction machine. Technically it's not really a hot water extraction machine, but it is an extraction machine. It's got hot water from the tap in it. So I have seen 2 versions of this one. I don't know why they changed it, but at the back here you can put a concentrated solution, undiluted, in the back. Clean water here, dirty water there, but this doesn't have it, so you're mixing up your cleaner in with that. So I don't know of a good place to put you guys, but you probably want to see it at ground level. So I'll do a couple runs this way, and you'll see it in action. You can see it's a little bit. Hopefully you can see it where it is there. You can see the handle's a bit janky. It's just all twisty and all that, but it works. It's fine. So I'll start over here in this corner.
I don't remember this carpet ever being cleaned, so we're going to do it again until we start getting some clean water. Okay, second tank. Filthy, can't even see like 1 centimetre into the water. So yeah, this rug really did need it. That's good. I've lost count, but I think that's either 3 or 4. And you can see that there. 5 or 6 buckets now. I don't know. I'll keep count. I'll put a text on the screen. But still pretty filthy. I'm going to do one more and then a rinsing one, and that's it. Okay, I got into a bit of a work time warp kind of thing, and I totally forgot to film any of that. Apart from doing the rug in that room, that took like an hour. I think I did 5 or 6. I'll add it up. You would have already seen the time lapses of all that. Plus, there was, I think I missed a whole soap run and a whole rinse run as well, and even the rinse run, the water was still kind of murky. So it's getting there. I can't just keep going. I'd be there all day doing it. So yeah, I'll just leave it. I'll give it a month or so and maybe do it again. It's no effort really, just to move that coffee table and the 2 chairs that are normally on it. It's easy. So we'll do that. Same with the bedroom, our bedroom. You've seen the photos now. That's all nicely done. So I did it once yesterday. So 1 soap run yesterday, 2 soap runs today, and a rinse run today. So that's enough. It was starting to definitely wasn't as bad as the rug. The rug I've never cleaned before. That's 13 years old, never been cleaned. But we're not in that room every day either. But it was pretty gross. The bedroom, like I said, I do that maybe 3 times a year, 4 times a year. So that wasn't too bad. It was definitely better than the rug, but it was still. So considering I've only just done it with the Beasel, 2 or 3 times I did it with the Beasel, and got kind of not bad water. Now done it with this Hoover, you could see the water was pretty. Oh no, sorry, you didn't see it because I didn't film it, but it was pretty filthy as well. So the Hoover is definitely cleaning better than the Beasel. It's pulling more dirt out. Yeah, it's doing a way better job. It's almost dry. It's only been 3 hours or so, and it's almost dry. So yeah, it dries it a lot quicker as well. I'll put some text on the screen when you watch the time lapses of me doing the rug. But what I was doing was, I think what they suggest is trigger on your forward motion. Yeah, trigger on your forward motion, and then trigger off, pull back, and that sucks up your water. What I was doing was just trigger, just keep it pegged, and go up, down, up, down, up, down, the whole width of the rug, and about halfway. And then I'd do it again. I'd go, only because it was really dirty, so I wanted to do a lot of passes on it. And then trigger down, go back the other way, and then trigger off, and then suck up all the water. And that seemed to work, so I just did that, and yeah, that seemed about the best. I checked under the rug, there was no water coming through under the rug, so it's not like I was putting too much water down. And it was pretty much sucking up the same amount of water that it was putting down, so not too bad. It's left it a tiny bit damp. That rug's almost dry, because I did that before I did the bedroom. The bedroom, I've been walking on it, it's just a little bit damp. A couple more hours, be dry, bone dry. So yeah, no problems there. I'll put the coupler back on the flat face coupling. I'll put that back on the lift, so that's all done. I don't know if it's leaking. It takes days to make a little puddle, so I don't know if it's fixed or not, but I'm sure it's fixed. It's a brand new coupling, so we're all good there. I sprayed for weeds, I sprayed for insects, charged my blower battery up, that's finished now as well, so that's ready to go. For that, so we actually got tenants already, just got the email 5 minutes ago. They paid their bond, so you got to pay like a month in advance plus a bond or something like that. So yeah, they're all paid for their first month, so that's pretty cool. Well, you're a month in advance, so I don't know how it works. That's why I got a real estate agent to look after all this. But I'm pretty sure when you pay your rent, you're paying in advance. You're paying for your next month, not the month you just had. So that way you're always ahead. But yeah, so the bond is a month's rent. So when they first move in, they're going to be up for another month. Well, you pay per week here. You don't pay per month. So that's all good. So tenants are organised. Really, they look like, I've never met them, but they look like, on paper, they look like really cool people. They're not elderly. They're in their 50s, I think. Both have really good jobs. They've seen their pay slips. Obviously, I don't get to see the pay slips, but I can see what they make per year, and it's pretty decent salary for both of them. So yeah, pretty good there. What else was there? They're renting a house at the moment around the corner. Much bigger. It's a 4-bedroom, 3-bathroom. Ours is only a 2-bed, 2-bath, but there's only 2 of them, and one of the guys does FIFO. So, like I said, that's most likely what's going to happen because, yeah. So anyway, he does FIFO. So the wife works here part-time, and he does FIFO full-time. So I don't know what roster he's on. Probably on 2 and 1. It's a pretty common roster. 2 weeks up there, 1 week back. And they're renting a house around the corner with the same real estate agent that is looking after our house. So they've been dealing with these tenants for already 2 years. Never been behind. Immaculate rent inspections whenever they go. No dramas. So I was like, oh, that's cool. The only drama is they don't want the house until the 20th of February. It's currently 27th of January, something like that, 26th of January. Oh no, it's just before Australia Day, so 25th. So yeah, it's like another 3 weeks until they actually start paying. So yeah, everything we do with this house is always a delay, and even getting tenants in, there's been a delay, but doesn't matter. I'm happy to wait. They're good people. They look like really good people that you'd really want to rent your house out to. So I don't mind waiting another 3 weeks. Their lease at the place that they're in now doesn't finish till the 7th of March, but they're taking our place on the 20th. They kind of the real estate agent said we're not waiting till March. So if you want it, it's going to have to be in February. They wanted it on the 26th or something, and the real estate agent said nah, 20th. So they've got it from the 20th, so they've got a bit of overlap between the 20th and the 7th, so they've got like 2 weeks to move out of their place, so that's not too bad. Just got word that the brick paving for the walkway to go from the house to the road, through the little side gate or the back gate kind of thing, the brick paving's getting done on the 23rd, so they get the keys on the 20th. The brick paving's going to get done on the 23rd. I don't think they're going to move in on the 20th either. I think it'll be the weekend after. So, kind of, it's only 3 days, but they're not going to move in straight away anyway. I don't think. It'll be the weekend after, and the brick paving will be done by then. The grass is getting done on the 9th, so that'll be well and truly in before they get in. And the fence should be in early Feb. So, the fence should actually get done before the grass. But I'm not sure yet, so we'll see. The fence should be getting done in the next 2 weeks. The grass is in 2 to 3 weeks, whatever it is. So, yeah. So we should be right, 2 weeks, yeah, for the grass, yeah. So everything should be finished before they move in. So that's good. Kind of what I wanted. So at least that way, when I go there and spend the day there when the grass people are there, while the grass is getting done, I think I did mention I want to do the windows. I can't clean the windows now because the house is just surrounded by sand on 2 sides. So if I start cleaning windows, they're just going to get filthy again, especially when the grass gets done on the day. They got to dump a whole heap of cracker dust in. That's just going to make dust and everything out there. So yeah, I'll get there first thing in the morning, kind of save a spot for them so that they can dump the cracker dust, and then they'll get started, and kind of once the cracker dust is down, compacted and watered in, and they're starting to lay the grass, that's pretty much dust done with. I'll start doing the windows. I'll probably start around the front and where the brick paving is, and then just as they're kind of finishing the grass, I'll come around and do the windows there. And I want to do the floor on the inside. I want to do the windows on the inside. Just get it nice and clean. That way, when they come in on the 20th, everyone's happy and they start off with a clean house. And yeah, we're all sweet. I've got to get, when the gate goes in at the front there, where the new fencing gate goes in, I've got to get some more keys cut so that they can have, the real estate agent wants 3 copies, so 2 copies go to the tenants and the real estate agent keeps a set, plus then I keep a set. So you get 2 keys with the gate, so then I'll get 3 copies, so that way I end up with 5 sets. So yeah, all good. Looks like weather's going to be good tomorrow, so I'm going to charge up my batteries pretty soon, and we'll go to the park, I think, tomorrow. If that's going to, yeah, it should work, because it's a public holiday tomorrow for Australia Day, so I'm going to go down in the morning. They're talking about a heap of people being there, so it's not officially a club day, but because it's a public holiday, we've got like a little storeroom there. We have to have cones and signs out. So if someone says our club days are Sundays, Wednesdays and Fridays. So if someone with a key says, I'm coming down on Monday, who wants to come, and enough people say, yeah, I'll come, then it's on pretty much. Yeah, you have to have 2 people there. You can't fly by yourself, and you can't fly without the cones and the signs out. And the only way to get the cones and the signs out is to know someone with the key. Not everyone has a key, so yeah, you're not going to go get all that set up for 2 people to go there. It's not worth it. So yeah, but there's enough interest, so it's on for tomorrow. So I'm going to charge up and go. Next, or into the week, the weather's going to be really hot. So we're talking 37, 38s for the rest of the week. So I'm not going to go to the park if it's that hot. So yeah, we'll do that. I think get it out of the system tomorrow, and then we're sweet for the rest of the time. I'm buggered. I'm really done. I've had the blower out. I've done a lap of weed spray, a lap of pest spray. I don't know how that machine didn't blow up. It was running for about 4 hours straight, but it works really well. It's a really good machine. So very happy with that. It's so easy to clean, so easy to fill the tanks up. Once they're empty. Like I said, that Beazle was 4 times you'd have to stop, or 3 to 4 times, depending how slow you go, and if you crank it on the big setting for a lot of fluid, which I normally did because I did leave it too long between vacuums, so the carpet was always dirty. So yeah, 3 or 4 times you'd be stopping and refill these little tanks and empty the other tank. This thing is like one tank will do the whole bedroom, and then you stop. Empty your wastewater, mix up a new batch of soap, and bang, go again. Do the whole bedroom. So yeah, you can't whinge about that. I was going through a whole tank on the rug for each run. I'm pretty much doing it twice. So yeah, that was pretty cool. So if you are looking at a carpet machine, I wouldn't bother with the automatic water on and off thing. I reckon it's a little bit gimmicky. I'd rather have the trigger. That way you can just peg it and go backwards and forwards with the water. Whereas if it's that auto thing, then you're never going to get the water on the backstroke. It's always sucking on the backstroke. So yeah, I'd rather have water backwards and forwards. You really flood it, and then trigger off and go through and just suck all that excess water up. The brushes still spin as well, so it's still cleaning. I just prefer that, and make sure it's got big tanks. I did measure it, it's 4 litres, so it holds 4 litres of soapy water, clean water. 4 litres is good. That's a good amount of water. That'll do, like I said, does a whole room. Which is fine. Like if you got to stop every room, at least you have a break for a bit, rinse out the wastewater, put some new thing in it, and boom, go for your next room. If you got heaps of rooms with carpet, we don't. Only the bedrooms here have got carpet, and we don't use the back 3 bedrooms, so we don't really. It's only our bedroom that we clean. So it's literally a tank per go in the bedroom. I normally do it 3 times, so that's 3 tanks of water. But like I said, this thing is so easy to just set up and go. I'm going to try and do it every month, maybe every 2 months, we'll see, on enthusiasm. And that way you only do it the once. You just do 1 tank, you wash it, and she's sweet. You do it another month, and the water's not that dirty. Rather than just let it go for 3 months, 6 months, whatever, and then it's black water, and then it's brown water, then it's brown water, then it's kind of yellowy, then it's kind of chalky, and you go, yeah, well, I'll leave it at that. So rather than do it 4 times in one hit every 6 months, I'd rather just do it once a month, or once every 6 weeks or so, and keep on top of it. And you've only got to do it the once then. You're putting less water on it then that way, and it dries quicker. So it's kind of how you want to do it, but I'd rather do it more often, and it takes less time to dry, and you only got to do one. You only got to do it once rather than keep going over it. I'd probably still do it twice actually. I'd probably still do a tank of soap and do the whole bedroom, and then just put fresh water in. So that's how I finished off every room and the rug. I did as much soap as I wanted to do, and then the last pass was just fresh water, no soap, and that way it just rinsed it all out. Makes the carpet feel a bit nicer. And so yeah, either way you're doing it twice, but the last one is just water. You're not actually soaping anything. So yeah, all good. I think that's it. I'm gonna go and rest the back for a bit. I've already had a shower because, like I said, you get covered in that insect spray. I do inside the gutters as well. I just do it from the ground. I just spray kind of parallel with the gutters and kind of just get it all up on the roof and in the gutters. We get a heap of spider webs in the gutters, so yeah, it's a good idea to do that. Yeah, I think I did 2 tanks. Where is it? Yeah, 2 tanks. So 7 litres does the whole house, gutters everywhere. I did the walls. You put it on the mist spray. Do all the walls, the eaves, everything. I can smell it now. That's how strong that stuff is. It is quite strong. But no, it works really well. So I do all the fences, so you don't get any spider webs in the fences. Like I said, the guy did come this year, the professional pest control guy, and he does a good job. I watch him do it. He does a really good job, but I think it's just the heat we've had. It's just the spiders have just come out like anything this year. He came last year and he sprayed, and we had nothing. We had no spiders, no ants. We had absolutely nothing. We had not one spider web. So it's not that he didn't do a good job. I think it's just the heat that we've had this summer has just been pretty bad. So I think they're all coming out of the house, and yeah, I don't know. I'm no pro, but it's definitely worse than what it was last year, even after he's sprayed. So hopefully this knocks them over, and we're done. So yeah. Anyway, that was a busy day. That was a big day. So glad to get that done on a long weekend. And then pretty much, like I said, it's going to be hot the rest of we got a week of 36, 37, 38. So that's kind of why I really knuckled down today and got all these jobs done. The only job I've got left to do, and I tried to do it the other day because the gutter in the corner here leaks. It's got a very slow drip. I've got some Flex Seal, or what's it called? Oh, it's gone. What did I do? Oh, here it is. It was here. I moved it ready to go. Leak Seal from Rust-Oleum. Seals cracks up to 6.35 millimeter. Should test it on a 7mm crack and see if it fits. Yeah, so I want to do that on all the joins on the gutters. I went to do it the other day, and the gutters were full of water. It didn't rain. It was just a very humid night and a humid morning, and all the dew and condensation from the roof has gone into the gutters, so I couldn't do it. So yeah, I need to run. It rained yesterday, so hopefully after these 36-degree days, I might be able to attack it one morning. I'm pretty sure once you start spraying out of that spray can, you're only going to get one shot at it. It's not something you can come back to. I think it's going to stuff up the nozzle, so I kind of want to do it all in one hit.
Just get the big ladder out and just do it all in one hit. I think every join. But yeah, we'll do that. But that's my only outside job left outstanding, and that's only because it's either been rain or condensation in the gutters. Otherwise, I would have knocked that over by now. But yeah, that's it. So I think we'll leave it at that. The only other outside job I can see, but it's too hot to do as well, is I want to trim these plants up around here in the backyard. Some of them are getting a little bit too out of control, too big. And rather than throw all the offcuts out like what I normally do, I'd normally fill a bin up. We've got a green bin for that kind of stuff. Rather than throw it out, I'm just going to go and stick them in the verge, and just fill the verge up with cuttings, and whatever takes, and whatever dies, whatever. I would have thrown them out anyway. Yeah, it's just too hot to do that now. You can't really expect them to live. I'd have to water them every day, and I don't want to be doing that. So I think that's going to be a winter thing. I might just let them grow through the summer, and then once we start getting the 25-degree days and it starts to rain every second or third day, once winter kicks in, then I think I'll do that, and I'll have enough here then to really fill the verge up quite a lot, and just stop people. We're still getting people riding their bike through it. I think it's the kids that go here. I don't know why they need to come on this side, but you can see bike marks, and they walk through and kick all the mulch up on the path. I don't get it. I'm not sure. They got basketball rings. They got all the stuff on there over there, but they need to come over here all the time. I don't know why. But anyway, yeah. But people walk through it and ride their bikes through it and all sorts of stuff. I've seen a big bike mark today, a very deep one. I filled it back in. So yeah, the more plants I can get on there, the less I think people are actually going to keep using it as a thoroughfare. But whatever. I'm not spending any more money on plants. That's why I'm only going to get the offcuts from these. So yeah, during winter, I think we'll be able to fill it. This winter coming, it's ages away, but this next winter, I'm really going to cut a lot out of here and put them over there, and then by the end, just towards the end of winter, when you got a month left of rain every day kind of stuff, I'll do it again. I'll go through, because these would have grown by then. I'll get some more offcuts and I'll just put them all out there, give them another month to settle in, get them ready for summer, and then they should last, and they should last that summer with a month just before, and that way we'll get the verge just chockers full of plants. That'll be good. Yeah, but anyway, that's enough chit chat. I think that is it for now. I still haven't heard back from the AliExpress people about the battery refund, so we'll see what happens there. But yeah, all good. See you on the next one. Cheers for the help.